I think. If it gets posted, it's supposed to be self-explanatory, right?
Yes. So,
yeah, you go first.
You feel like your offense has gotten the things you need to get done to be prepared? You feel well?
Yeah, we've had. I think this is an awesome opportunity, bowl opportunity to get 13, 15 practices in, and just again awesome. And they're priceless for every opportunity we get for guys who may be developmental to experienced guys. I mean, it's really fortunate to have the opportunity to get those reps.
What's it been like just having kind of that infusion of injured guys back in? I mean, obviously it was more probably on the defensive end, but getting Sewell back in there, was it similar to fall camp when everyone's just kind of getting reps again, or was he able to jump back?
Yeah, I think that any of the teams that are going into bowl season and get some guys back from injury are excited about it. I mean, you get, especially guys who contributed early and contributed maybe in the course of the season effectively. To add those guys back in the mix that are healthy, I think always gives you a good infusion, both energy-wise, let alone if it has to do with scheme or just depth overall. And getting Panay back as an example on offense is big for us. He did a really nice job in those first 6 games, and it's a good infusion both on and off the field for our guys. And so we're excited, and I know he's excited too. He's been done a nice job this whole period.
Did having to shift the lineup when he was injured, did that change how you called games at all?
Yeah, it does. It does a little bit because, I mean, just like anybody else, the chemistry you build with that O-line, I mean, there's certain things maybe one guy can do that other guys don't, let alone the fact that you're moving guys around. You start moving guys around. We move guys around a lot. You guys were at camp with us, and we did that for the reasons that we experienced, the what-if of the world. You don't want to be completely bare when you come to reps like that, but certain guys can affect your game plan for sure.
I realize you don't really want to have to worry about it or think about it in the first place or find out, but who is your backup quarterback?
Right now, Braxton and Tyler Schmidt, the reps are doing both a nice job. If we have to, with the considerations we're taking with Braxton's redshirt are important to us. It's important to him. We don't take them lightly. Same with Brian Addison and guys who are on that cusp. But I think Coach has got a good plan with that, and we'll kind of move forward. I don't know if he knows exactly what he wants to do yet, but both those guys will be prepared to play.
What was your reaction when Justin told you guys he was coming back?
Obviously elated. We've talked about it for a long time over the course of the year, here and there, behind closed doors, about all that, and had a good feeling about it going into it. But you never know. I mean, that's a life-changing opportunity in a lot of ways, and it still will be. And unless you've been in it and truly into it, and I mean, all the way from into the draft and doing the combine and all that stuff, let alone the guys that we've reached out to who are in the NFL and that stuff, and getting those tidbits behind closed doors. You really don't know, what kind of measures you need to take. He's done an awesome job making his decision. We're excited as heck to have him back, obviously, and his development will only be, continue to grow. It's really, really exciting time.
For a guy like that who's regarded as a top 5, top 10 pick already, what does he need to improve upon between now and next year? What are the things that you're looking at?
At that position, you can never stop. I mean, you really can't. I mean, look at the guys who were first rounds in the last, I don't know if you want to do last year or you want to do the last 5 years. I mean, if you go ask all those guys independently, or you ask the quarterback coach in the NFL, or you ask the guys who are doing the draft, hey, could a guy, regardless of year, say he was a senior and he got a 6th-year senior back, could he progress getting another 12 games? Absolutely. Protections, footwork, all the things that really elevate the guys at that level. I think reps are just timeless. Maturity at that level, dealing with a team, dealing with pros, dealing with all the things you can develop both on and off the field at that position are priceless. And I think that he knows that. And I think that anybody who's been who's in it will tell you that money is one thing, but sustainability in that thing is if you're interested in it, it's something we're thinking about for all the right reasons. And so I know he's excited about that.
CJ's already put himself in a pretty elite class as far as the balance of rushing and receiving. There's only 3 players that have 900 rushing, 300 receiving this year. It's about 7 last year, along with Saquon Barkley. When did you realize he could be that versatile for you guys? That he could, not just versatile and capable of doing it, but reaching that level of production with it? I
mean, you just hope for it, but last year on scout team, I could tell he had some special stuff about him. And you can just tell. You can tell those guys that when you have them, you're like, wow, there's something there. The backs you've had in the past with C.J. Anderson, maybe a Cal, or the Justice Hills at Oklahoma State. There's something when you watch them, you're, oh, there's something there, And guys we've seen in the past. And him last year, I remember watching a couple things on scout team going, whew, really good balance, good hands, confident, you know, mature, probably a little bit more above his age, durable for the size, you know. Going to take his lumps in the first year, obviously. I mean, it wasn't too long ago. He was, you know, it was a short ride from the penthouse to the outhouse for him, right? Bury him, and all of a sudden now it's, here we go. But that's part of it, man. He's really special. Both those guys have done an awesome job, and I think what he's done in that regard only magnify what he's capable of doing moving forward.
I realize numbers only matter so much, Marcus, but I mean, Justin's like 15 yards shy of 3,000. CJ's 25 shy of 1,000. Dylan's going for the program record. You'd be one of only 3 teams to have 3,000, 1,000 if you hit that. How much is that a matter of pride, a matter, you know, something to brag about? Obviously, it's a recruiting tool, no question. There's only 3 teams that do it. Oklahoma, one of them too. How much is that going to matter if you guys reach these kind of plateaus, this kind of production?
Those are just a tribute to our guys, our coaching staff, our guys, and I don't mean that's not a coaching deal. That really is. If you start focusing on those numbers, you'll fall short every time, because that's all you'll start thinking about. And I think that us going out and doing the things that we need to do to win a game are the most important part. And if we put that foot forward and those guys go out and execute the plan, I think that we've proven if you execute the plan, we can have good numbers like that. I think it's got to you can't put the cart before the horse, and it's an amazing feat for those guys to get those things done. Obviously, those are rare numbers, as you've stated, and we take a ton of pride as a unit and as a staff and independently in what those guys have done, and I think that's awesome. If they don't do it, it's still an amazing accomplishment. If they do, we'll give them the hug will be the same. You know?
How do you treat tomorrow with your final preparations? You treat it just like a Friday during the regular season?
We haven't changed. Our process doesn't change. We are exactly the same. By the minute, what we're doing, we make, you know, whether we're making a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, and all the days that are in between in our heads. I couldn't tell you what day it is today. All I know is it's Thursday of a game week for us. Tomorrow's a fast Friday, and then we roll into it. And so we do it exactly the same.
Speaking of CJ, what's the challenge to get the run game going against good rush defense, the best rush defense?
The challenge is the best rush defense in the country, and they've got, you know, 3 or 4 all Big Ten first team, second team, third team guys, and they do a tremendous job, coached well. We've got to play with great fundamentals and execute, and I think that our guys are up for the task.
How has Dylan looked during these practices, Marcus? Because I was going back to the Civil War, I don't know too much of it, but not just the suspension, but he looked pretty disengaged. And if that game was different, we'd be talking about it all month long. So
Sure.
How has he looked for the last month, and especially in these practices?
He's been great. Dylan's done a nice job getting through this last month and going and working hard. He's been great this week, and I'm excited to see him go out and compete.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.